So lovely yogis, just beginning by choosing whatever position you want to start in. Evening practice, maybe you'd like to lie down, or if seated feels more comfortable, just choose what the body resonates with. We'll just take a few minutes to arrive and settle. Taking a few breaths and just feeling into our body. How do we feel today after a day of whatever we've been up to? Can we notice any aches and pains? Or do we feel quite free of sensation? And let's just draw our awareness inwardly towards our breath, to our inner energy. How do you feel emotionally this evening? Today has been quite bright and sunny, and often that will lift our spirits. And just checking in with the amount of mental clarity that we have, or whether the mind is a bit foggy at the moment. How busy is our mind? And just noticing the breath becoming quite soft, rhythmic. And just relaxing a little bit more on every out breath. And just being aware perhaps of an intention with your practice this evening, whether it really is to sort of find some space in the mind, be the witness of the thoughts rather than the thoughts carrying us away. So, those of you lying down, just have a moment now to hug the knees in. And just take some time to just gently rock on your back. If you're already seated and you just want to gently move the body in whatever way feels comfortable as we come up into Zazen, and we'll take our meditation practice. So coming onto a moon cushion or a meditation cushion of some kind and becoming quite comfortable. Allow the spine to be lifted but not too rigid, to be comfortable as we sit, otherwise we'll only be distracted. So we're going to take 5 minutes and we're just going to sit and follow the breath. If you'd like to count the breath, maybe 1 to 10, and starting again, then you can. I'll leave that up to you for you to decide whether you'd like to do that to stay focused, or whether you just like to sit and simply follow the breath and just be aware of the body breathing in and out. So start to relax your face and shoulders. Rest the hands to Dhyana Mudra. And let's just come into some quiet space. And just surrendering to this time and practice. Following your breath. Being very aware of this space and time. Aware of your thoughts and just drawing back to the breath. Being aware of your thoughts and your breath at the same time. And then just as we take a few more breaths here, just come back into the present. And we can just blink our eyes open. And notice how that felt, whether that was quite peaceful, whether the mind was quite busy this evening, how much attention was on the breath and the body, how much attention was with thought and witnessing, and, you know, kind of where we shift between those two feelings. So coming off cushions, we're going to start with Dragonfly, taking the legs out wide. If you need something under your knees, please just, a little cushion or a rolled up towel will just make that slightly more comfortable. And also, if you'd like something just sort of slightly wedged under the buttocks, then that's always an option too. Otherwise, just let's explore this pose without any preconceived ideas as to how it's going to feel, what flexibility we'll have. Let's just soften into this, starting to let the head rest forward, noticing the stretch. Trying to relax the feet and ankles. Enjoying the stretch on the inner legs. Softening in your shoulders, upper back. And looking for tension anywhere through the body. It could be the feet and ankles again, shoulders, tension in your face. Deep breaths. And seeing if you can move a little further into the pose if that feels right. If not, staying where you are. How does this feel? What are you noticing physically, mentally, emotionally? Keep relaxing your calves and feet. And just checking in with how this stretch feels through both legs. Is there more sensation left or right? What, if any, are any differences here? Really lovely for liver and kidney and spleen. So we'll just take 2 breaths here. Make them really lovely and conscious. Feeling the breath in the belly and the back of the body. And then gently, when you're ready, we can just lift up slowly, feeling the gentle release that we get as we just lift the body. And then coming into neutral. Relaxing down. Enjoying how this feels. Nice sigh. Where do you notice it in your back? Is it lower back or upper back that you feel more today? So as you lie here, just being really mindful of whatever you're feeling, whatever sense. Tuning into any wisdom that the body offers you, ideas or inspiration that just drops into the mind. following the breath. And then when you're ready, let's hug our knees in. Gentle rock. And bringing the head up if that feels nice to stretch through the back. And then we're going to roll up. So we're going to come into shoelace next, but if this pose doesn't suit you because of knees and hips, I'm going to offer you to come into another pose, maybe banana, which is a two-sided pose lying down, or something else that you prefer. But I know that this pose doesn't always suit everybody. I like to do it because we've taken the legs wide with Dragonfly and then bringing the legs across. It just rotates that hip in a different direction. So we'll come into this if you want to give it a go. Kneeling, bring the right leg in front of the left. And I always like a pillow just to support, because this isn't a pose that I can do easily. Some people are very bendy here. So by all means, give the pose a go, explore it. But if it doesn't feel right or it's causing any deep pain, choose something else. You can do a two-sided pose that offers you a different feeling. So legs are crossed, right leg is over the left in this position. And then if you want to, just explore about leaning the body forwards. And trying to relax. You might find that your sort of feet slip a little bit, and that's okay. Just let them find their resting position. Relaxing the calf muscles, the thighs. Noticing how it feels in the hips. How does this pose feel? And following your breath. You might allow the body to come a little bit further forward if that feels comfortable. Hips are very often a place where we hold emotion, and emotion can get quite stuck in this hip area of the body energetically. Emotion that we haven't looked at or that's not desirable. How does it feel today? Is there a gentle stretch that you can almost enjoy? Keep looking through the body for anything else you can relax, perhaps in the shoulders and neck. And we'll take a few breaths. Then gently coming up, nice and slowly. We'll take a neutral pose in between this, even though it is literally just swapping the legs. It's nice to release out of it, feel everything, and then come into the other side with a fresh feeling. So whatever pose you chose to do, whether it was shoelace or something else, just feeling whatever you feel. It might be very different areas of the body. And I hope that if that one didn't suit you, you chose something else, because that's the sensible thing to do, allowing your body to choose what it needs to feel. So checking in with wherever you're sensing any movement of chi, that pranic flow through the body. And usually the sensations are coolness or tingling. And the sensation is probably just gently fading away now, just following how it fades. And we'll hug our knees in. We'll come up into the other side. Anyone who didn't do that pose, just choosing another yin pose that you enjoy. Honouring the body and knowing what it can and can't do, which is always best, listening to Satya and Ahimsa. So if we're coming into shoelace, the other side, I like to begin kneeling, bringing the left leg now in front. Again, always use your props if you find it far more comfortable. And then just taking a few moments, let's settle into this. How does it feel? Does it initially feel very different from the other side? That's what I'm observing this evening, is a really different sensation this side already. So just begin to soften. If you need to, sort of slightly loosen out of the pose. And with awareness, just be observing what you're feeling, where you're feeling it, in whatever pose you're in, where you can relax and observe the breath. Enjoying your breath, following your breath. Witnessing your thoughts. How does this pose make you feel? And gently aware if there are any emotions coming up that may want to move through you in some strange way. And using this safe space as an opportunity to let them flow through without denial. Just observing what they are. How does the right side feel from the left? And gently in your own time, lifting out of the pose. Nice and slowly, feeling everything you feel, even if when you just exit the pose. How it feels through each joint as you release. And gently coming down. What words come to mind when you come into neutral? Perhaps it's sort of a nourishing feeling. A freedom through the spine. Relaxing your back. Just letting all the muscles in the back soften. And just loosening any tightness in your face. When you're ready, let's hug the knees in. Have a nice moment to stretch and rock here. And we'll come up for a supported bridge. So this is where you'll need a block or a bolster perhaps, whatever you choose this evening. A bolster will be a little bit more comfortable, but a block either on the tallest height or you can lower it to that second height, whatever feels right for you. So bringing the heels to buttocks, coming up onto the toes and just lifting up and placing that block on sort of on that flat part of the body, not on the lumbar spine, but there's sort of in alignment with the top of the buttocks. So finding that place where it can be resting and not encroaching onto lumbar vertebrae. And then just gently starting to relax here. Let the legs sort of fall out to the side a little. If this is too high or too uncomfortable, maybe just lower the block, turn it round. And releasing tension in the inner thighs and buttocks. Notice any tightness in your neck, shoulders and upper back. And enjoying the way the breath moves into the belly, up into the chest. Relaxing your shoulders if they feel like they're kind of hunching towards the ears. Keep relaxing where you can. Constant rotation of awareness with relaxation, breath, and mindfulness. How does this feel? Following your breath. And when you're ready, we'll take one last breath in this posture. And ever so gently, just lifting away from the block. Come onto the toes if you need to. Lift the body away. Just pop it to the side and come straight down. Just enjoying as much of the feeling from that pose as possible. And notice that lower part of the back. Muscles either side of the spine. Relaxing. And following your breath in your belly just as you lie here too. And then when you're ready, again, hug in. We're going to come into Twisted Deer next. So if you have your bolster handy. If not a bolster, then, a few stack of cushions. So I've got my bolster coming to the right, so we'll begin this way. If you come into an upright seated position with your right shin in front of you, and then just sort of swinging that left leg to the side. And then draw the bolster in towards that right hip. And then when you're ready, just turning the belly downwards towards the bolster, lowering the chest down and just coming into this lovely little twist. Hands can rest wherever you want them to, extended along your mat. Just getting comfortable here. And at any time you can just extend that left leg where the knee is bent sort of further behind you, if that feels like a nice stretch. And as you breathe deeply against this bolster, you can feel the whole of your back opening up in this twist position. Keep trying to relax. And only, twisting as much as your body allows, not overdoing it. Noticing if your right shoulder is relaxed. You might find that there's tension here. And just enjoying where the breath moves in your body in this twist position. How it spirals through the back. And drawing your awareness to your solar plexus above your navel, which is always stimulated in a twist. That area where, maybe sometimes we're lacking in confidence, or our self-worth can be knocked a little. Perhaps we're feeling a bit lazy and lethargic, which can be a symptom of an imbalance here. Procrastination. So just enjoy a few more breaths here. Make them conscious. And when you're ready, just lifting up slowly. We're going to come into neutral. If you want to just move the bolster to the side, because we're going to use it for the other side. Come down and just explore whatever you feel now. How did that twist feel through the body? And just gently enjoying the breath as you lie here. Is your breath soft? Or do you feel encouraged to breathe deeply? Do you feel the breath move more in the front of your body or the back of your body? When we tune into our breath, we are totally present and living in the now. It's such a wonderful way to anchor yourself in. So let's bring our knees in as we come into the other side of this twisted deer. So you're going to want the bolster to the left side of you. And with the left shin in front of you and the right leg twisted and swung behind. We'll just do the same thing the other side. So bolster into the hip, left hip, turning the belly and chest and just coming down. Into whatever pose feels right. And then relaxing. How does this feel this evening? Can you try and relax the head and the neck, and shoulders and arms? Notice your hands and fingers. How does this feel this side? So stay with the sensations of the body. Whatever you feel as you breathe. Keep relaxing wherever you can. Just notice body and mind. And if there is tension in the body, is it always in the same place? Does it always feel the same? Let's take a few more breaths here. And gently, in your own time, coming up. Just moving any props, coming back to the mat. And just finding that balance now from twisting both sides. How does it feel in your body? Where are you feeling movement of chi? Nice deep breaths. And then gently, when you're ready, bring these in. Have a hug. And then choosing whether you want to remain lying down and supported, or whether you'd like to come up to seated. Just know intuitively what your body needs this evening. So just find a comfy position where you can sit for a little while and relax. As you relax your face, neck and shoulders, and soften through the front of your body and the back of the body. Relaxing any tension in the waist and the abdomen. And relaxing also buttocks and pelvis, legs down to feet. I'd like you to imagine that you're sitting maybe on a veranda of an old wooden cabin, and you can imagine wherever this is in your mind, looking out on the fields at the sunset. The sun is still up, but just gently making its way down, and the golden rays are glinting on the corn or the field in front of you. There's a fresh country feeling in the air, and you may find that imagining yourself on an old rocking chair on this wooden veranda, and maybe every time you rock a little, there's a little creak that in some strange way becomes quite mesmerizing. And the sun is not too bright. It's that low light that allows you to just gaze into that direction. And as you sit there, either still or rocking, you just have this space in your mind, this clear space to just take in what you're seeing and breathing, allowing thoughts to meander through, coming back to all the sights that you see as the sun begins to set. And just feeling extremely peaceful and at one with nature, connected to the source of everything. You might feel like your heart opens or your energy within your body starts to expand beyond the edges of your body. Feeling very expansive energetically. So just having some quiet time now, just to settle into this image. Lovely wooden veranda, watching the sunset. Just begin to gently be aware of your breath. Maybe take some deep breaths and sigh on the exhale. And then ever so gently begin to move fingers and toes. And if you're seated, you can rock the head, roll the shoulders. Just gentle movement, bringing you back into this space. And taking this opportunity as we sit in the here and now to observe how you feel on all energetic layers. how you felt at the beginning of your practice, how you feel now. Anything that has shifted or you've released. It's always lovely to observe what happens through your practice. So in your own time, those of you lying down, just rolling up to seated. And just take a moment to settle. Reroute your energies into the earth. And then when you're ready, let's bring our hands to heart center. Just joining in union here. Om Shanti. Namaste.